All right, you guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm fangirling out a little bit again today because we're seeing people that we watch, that we listen to, walking through. Okay, it's not just your Fox Newses and your Carrie Lakes. We've got Greg Foreman, Black Conservative Perspective, here with us today, and you have had a pretty quick rise on YouTube. I remember watching your subscriber count go up exponentially every time I watched one of your videos. So tell everybody watching, what was the, since we're at Turning Point USA AmFest, what was the turning point for you that you said, you know what, I got to get involved, I got to say something, I can't let these fools talk smack out here anymore.
So the turning point for me, I feel like a lot of, Black conservatives, is the BLM. When those BLM riots were happening and you're seeing the destruction in the streets in the name of police brutality based off a false narrative that, in my opinion, is overblown. And as a Black person putting out this victimhood narrative and really trying to make it seem like all Black people think the same, that to me kind of really made me upset. And it made me really think about, like, okay, my opinions are different. I don't feel the same way that all these other people are feeling, and how the media is trying to make it feel like Black people are supposed to feel about this stuff. So I decided that I wanted to speak out and put my voice out there and put out my perspective. And it just so happens that it seems like people appreciate my perspective on some of these issues and topics, and that's just kind of how it started. But yeah, I mean, my red pill moment was the BLM riots. But before that, I always had conservative, leanings, especially on, certain, social issues and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, and one of the things that you said there that I think is so important that I actually try to talk to a lot, or speak to a lot, is this idea that everyone who's not white is a monolith. Okay? So the acronym POC, people of color, it's one of the things that makes me the most furious. Yeah. As if every Black people, Asian people, Puerto Rican people, anybody who's Hispanic, basically everybody who's not white, you guys are all lumped in together and you all have to think the same thing. Yeah. That has got, there's nothing more pandering and rude, I think, that I've ever heard. Yeah. So, like, if you could say one thing, like if you could say just like one sentence to all the white guilt, the white guilters out there who think that these lies that you were just talking about, what could you say to folks to just be like, to kind of shake them awake? What do you think you could say? Stop being stupid.
Stop being stupid.
Don't be racist.
Yeah, stop being racist. Stop being racist. I mean, it's funny because they say that if you don't agree with, liberals and you're Black or whatever, you're a white supremacist, or you're a Black white supremacist. Yeah. And I mean, I guess I'm happy to be a white supremacist. I'm also happy to be homophobic. I'm happy to be transphobic. I'm happy to be all those things, because apparently if you disagree with the left, then you're a homophobe, you're transphobe,
every
bigot.
istophobe there is in the book.
And I'm honestly, I'm tired of saying that I'm not. So I am.
Yeah, I literally said the same thing. I'm like, fine. You know what? You want to call me whatever name you want? Fine.
Yeah, I'm racist too.
Yep, I'm not. I'm definitely married to a Black man and come from a multiracial family. But I'm a woman hater. That's the other one I get.
You're sexist.
Yep, I'm a sexist. I hate women. And it's like, I think the thing that for me is like the way that people talk and the rhetoric is so stupid. Yeah. It is such nonsense. Yeah. How do you keep from getting just like over the top frustrated about how stupid it is?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's hard not to. I mean, I do get frustrated, and sometimes those frustrations come out on camera, and that's just what happens. And that's one thing about my YouTube channel I like. It is an outlet for my frustrations. I can put it out there. I don't have to, have it,
because you're taking action.
Exactly, taking action.
So instead of like sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, basically you said, screw this, I'm going to do something.
Because I'm telling you, I was frustrated, man. I was frustrated with the BLM riots. I was frustrated with the kneeling for the national anthem and the narrative about all this stuff. I was listening to people talk about it, and I'm like, man, I really want to, speak out on this. I want to say some stuff. And, my YouTube channel is an outlet for, my frustration.
What Where are you from?
North Carolina.
Oh, whereabouts in North Carolina? Not that I don't want to dox you. But I guess that's interesting to hear that. So were you seeing any of that stuff happening around you, or were you just kind of seeing it in the news, in the nation?
Well, when I went, a lot of this stuff started to happen when I was in college. I went to UNC Chapel Hill.
Okay.
So, I mean, even though it's in the South, it's still, pretty liberal for the most part.
Okay.
You're in the bubble, right? And you're seeing real time, the riots that were happening in Baltimore, the Freddie Gray thing, and the reaction on campus, and a lot of that kind of, you see what the narrative is when you're in college and you're in the bubble. But once you get outside the bubble and you get in the workforce, and then you still see the same things happening, and you're able to think about it without being in the bubble, that makes it different.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of what really woke me up, is like, wow, when I was in college, there was a part of me that was, kind of buying into this stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I was hearing.
That's what you hear over and over and over and over again.
Exactly.
And from people that you're supposed to trust. That are supposed to be telling you what's real in the world and all of this stuff. And so it's almost like you're as a student, you're vulnerable to the lies and to the rhetoric.
Absolutely.
And so I think now that you're kind of on this other side, you've gotten started, you're gaining in popularity. We love your perspective. You are super fun to watch. What do you want to do? Are you thinking? And you're here as press. You're not here as like a entertainer.
Yeah.
So what are your goals for the Black conservative perspective? What do you want to do in the future? What are you working on?
Well, I always first and foremost want to continue to give the viewers the content that they came for. I want to continue to work for them and to continue to basically stay in my lane to a certain extent. But I also am trying to, think about maybe doing some other type of, content when it comes to interviews and, just trying to, reach out and to speak with people at different perspectives and add those perspectives to my perspective and challenge myself even on my own platform to, gain a better understanding of the world and politics and what's going on.
I love that.
I'm here now as a part of that because I want to get involved with the bigger movement, right? And that's why I'm here. And it's more like me kind of checking it out and seeing like, okay, this is how it's done. This is how the setup is. So then maybe next year I can come back and I can have my own booth and I can be doing these type of interviews and stuff like that. It's all a work in progress, but really it's just about getting out there and getting your feet wet and just doing it.
So is this your first Turning Point USA event?
It's my first Turning Point USA event. It's my first major conservative event. Like, I haven't been to CPAC.
We got you
now.
You
got me. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I think the thing for me, the first event that I got to come to, and we did YW, the Young Women's Leadership Summit last year at Turning Point, and just being in a room with this many like-minded people who all have the same goals and or at least general goals and mission, which is to further conservative values. I mean, it's just like, I'm just thinking about it, I'm getting goosebumps. We ran into people who were friends of friends that we now get to collaborate with, and then, this person wants this kind of thing, and I know somebody who wants this, and you guys can work together. I mean, it's just like the energy just keeps spinning up and up and up and up and up.
It's refreshing.
Yes.
It's refreshing. Because you sometimes you kind of feel like with how the liberal media does things, you feel like, we're in such a minority, like we're not. We're not and it especially as, Black person, especially too, you feel like, people that don't have the same views as you, like you're in the minority, and it's like, no, there are people out there that feel the same way you feel and are like-minded, and it's always good to come together and, get to know each other and just, collaborate.
Absolutely. And there is nothing worse than believing the lie that you are alone, that you don't have power, that you can't succeed, that you can't win. And so I feel like I hear that so much out of the left, whether it's convincing everybody to be a victim or whatever, but in here, hey, good morning, girl. But when we're here, like, everybody's family, everybody's on the same team, and you go, okay, I'm in the right place, I'm doing the right thing, and it's going to be okay. Yeah,
it is going to be okay. It makes you feel better about the world, the direction, the movement, to know that, all right, well, you know what, there's ups and downs, but we're all on the same team, and we're trying to move in the positive direction, the right direction.
One of the things that I was actually kind of surprised about, I'm not going to lie, was the diversity of people here.
Yeah.
Whether it's black, white, male, female, there's Sikhs here. You got guys that are Sikhs.
Yeah.
You got every religion. You got everything.
I don't know. The media says they're all white supremacists. So I mean, I'm not sure. I'm saying diversity around us, but I'm just saying if I've seen it characterized other ways.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
We're TPUSA events are white supremacist rallies.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
Neo-Nazi rallies.
But again, I guess we both have decided we're both racist, right?
Yeah.
We're both white supremacists.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna clip that. It's gonna go very bad.
It's gonna go very bad.
All right, Greg. Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can follow you, the best way to get in touch.
Yeah, my name is Greg Foreman, and I'm the host of Black Conservative Perspective. You can find me on YouTube at Black Conservative Perspective, Twitter, GForemanBCP, Instagram, GForemanBCP. And I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
This is the best interview.
Well, thank you, Greg. I appreciate that.